Hey, Scorpio seekers. Welcome back to the Existential Shift. First card out already, the Chariot. Just a little note before we go into your reading. How should I say this? If you have been feeling confused by people in your life, by the relationships in your life, they are not clear, you don't know where you stand, they act weird, differently, unexpected, not the way you're used to managing them. It is now, bear with me, it's going to be a read, what I'm about to say, but you're strong, you can handle it. It is serving as a reflection, as a mirroring to how you've made them feel up until now, before, etc. They didn't know where they stand with you. They didn't know what to think, what to do. They felt like they're handled by you. Just a little longer, you can do it. The point about this is that you're not supposed to handle them. They're not puppets. If you were to say instead, if that's the case, give them the benefit of the doubt and talk to them openly about whatever the situation is, maybe they'll surprise you and respond in a very mature way. And if they don't, and they don't understand, and they don't respect, it's not because you failed to handle them properly. Because once again, you're not supposed to handle people in your life. It's simply because maybe they're not supposed to be in your life. And your higher self and spirit and the universe are trying to tell you, don't force people that aren't meant to be in your life to be in your life by handling them. Because if they're less intelligent than you, then yeah, maybe it will work for a while, but it will be a waste of your energy and a waste of potential dharma, and will create negative karma if you keep them around. Now, if you really genuinely want to keep them around because you love them, care about them, into them, they're good friends, they're good lovers, they're good coworkers, they're whatever the case may be, then you want to make sure that they're genuinely worthy to be in your life. So again, give them the benefit of the doubt, be honest, and see how they truly respond from a place that has all the information, not just part of the information. Because once again, you're not supposed to handle or manage them. Now, if you're dealing with a group of people and they're your employees or something of that sort, then yeah, of course, there's room for management and handling it to a certain degree. But the relationships in your life, people whom you don't pay, people who don't pay you, that have been in your life for the sake of being in your life, right? Be careful of being the boss in your private life and mixing the two worlds. Because there needs to be a difference between how you speak to someone in your life versus how you speak to an employee and how you manage them. And I see this strong forward movement that is you encountering resistance from the waves here in this specific chariot in this deck. The waves have a will of their own, have a spirit of their own, have a life of their own. And it's up to us to navigate within these waters of the people in our lives' free will and desires and needs. We can't bend them to our will because they will rebel. Because everything is made to be free. And those people who are confusing to you, who act different, they care about you. But the spirit within us is growing and growing and demands us to care about ourselves as well. And people are starting to stand up for themselves. Now, I'm not saying that they have to stand up to you because you've been XYZ. No, no, it's just a Scorpion mind. You're so smart. You're so used to being one of the smartest people in the room, and inevitably it means that you got to manage the people around. And most of them can't even tell that you're managing them because they're not as bright as you. So they've been seemingly okay with it, but it's not that they've been okay with it. They were just not aware. But here you are now, guided by spirit to do better. So hence you're finding yourself dealing with people who are smarter, who can recognize what you're doing like that. And they respond to it. They don't like it. And maybe it takes them a little bit of a time. Maybe they don't say so right away. Maybe they just act a little aloof, a little distant, a little different. Don't give you what you're used to receiving from them. Because they feel a little bit hurt by when you try to manage an intelligent person, they take it as if you're disrespecting their intelligence. And in a way, you are, but bear with me. I'm not blaming you for it. There is no blame because you're so used to being the smartest person in the room and they don't even know. And you're used to them not even noticing. But you don't know that it's because they're not noticing. You think they're just fine with it, or you think that that tactic is okay or it's legitimate somehow. You got used to it. Now you're realizing people don't like it. And you think to yourself, what's wrong with them? How are they not okay with it? Because they shouldn't. The ocean is not okay with a boat bumping into its stormy seas and waves because it needs to be a storm. So it rebels and moves your boat around. Honor the waves and they will honor you. Give that person the benefit of the doubt. Speak to them with absolute sincerity. Give them a chance to show you how big they are. And if they show you how small they are, and you're like, oh, I should not have listened to you, Morgainne. I did that. I was honest with them and they freaked out or they pulled a tantrum or they went into a swirl. Two options, and I'm being blunt. One of the option is it's not legitimate what you're asking, so you need to consider that. The other option is it's very legitimate what you're asking or what you're expecting or what you're hoping for, but they just can't handle it, and then that means they can't handle you, and then that means you need someone bigger. Focus. There we go. I know, a challenging start. But you've been asking for answers, you've been asking for clarity. Here it is. We ask for answers and then we receive them and then we don't always like it, but it is what it is. Things will start being a lot more clear as soon as Mercury moves direct and Jupiter will move into Taurus in the next few days. And by the end of the month, Mercury will be out of shadow, even better. And the reason they will be so much more clear is because you'll be stepping up and you'll be clear yourself. And that will mirror back to you. Clarity for clarity. Fairness is the name of the game. Again, all this cognitive strategic ability that you have, which is phenomenal. Work it, apply it with enemies, with big groups of people that you got to manage, but completely put it aside with your loved ones. Show me more for Scorpio, please. My name is Morgainne, by the way. If you're new, happy to have you. And if you're a returning seeker, grateful for you. Devil, what you doing? Chariot and the Devil. Cancer, Capricorn energy. The mother and the father. The feminine and the masculine archetypes in the astrological wheel. Opposites. But I do feel like a battle here between these two opposing forces. This chariot is riding, shipping toward this devil fearlessly. It's like a warrior, like a knight fighting a monster. Is it a monster outside of us? Is it the monster within? Go to the head of the snake. That's what you need to cut in order for the body to drop. Yeah, I go morbid sometimes. What can I say? But if you want to be a yogi, energy worker, a wise woman, wise man, a witch, cut the head of the snake within you. Just replay the entire intro, the first 10 minutes. Because there's a reason why you're trying to control your environment, Scorpio. You don't trust them. Rightfully so. You've trusted before, you've been backstabbed before. You wanted to believe in the goodness of people. And they took advantage of it and showed you their dark side. First of all, everyone will show you their dark side. You're a Scorpio. You rule the dark side. You just tickle the demons out of people. And that's how you see them. Truly, that's how you have such a strong sight and acute awareness to what people are. Truly, their light and their shadow, because it's so easy for them to just show their shadows to you. But it brought you to a place where you just automatically just manage people, right? Prevention, so they don't get to do that to you. It was a survival tactic that you've developed that is in alignment with the scorpionic archetype. However, it's not in alignment with the scorpionic ascension, which is purity of heart. So if you somehow succeed, and easier said than done, I know. But if you somehow succeed in dropping the chess game, and instead of being 20 steps ahead of them, everyone, just stroll with them. That will be metaphorically cutting the head of the snake within you, and then it will be mirrored in your reality, and then you won't have to deal with people like that. The circumstances won't be that. But if there's someone specific in your life that is unbearably difficult and exhausting, and you've kept around, that could be the true head of the snake in your life that poisons everything else. Because for the sake of maintaining them, you have to behave in certain ways and sacrifice other people or other situations. So it trickles. When you allow someone to poison you, for whatever reason, codependency, mercy, compassion, whatever you tell yourself. They mean this, they mean that, they used to be this, they used to be that, whatever. If you allow them to poison you, then inevitably the poison within you will poison others in your life. And then slowly but surely you will lose medicine in your life for the sake of maintaining that poison. Seven of Cups, and now you're even more confused. You're like, Morgainne, I came here for clarity. You said clarity for clarity, but you're just confusing me. Who is it? You know who it is. You know who it is that is holding on to your life force like a lifeboat because they lost touch with their connection to source, so they have to feed on others and they feed on you like a succubus. And because you're so used to being so smart and aware and being several steps ahead of everyone else, you're holding on to, I got this. I understand what I know how to handle them. I know how to manage them. It's okay. No worries, Morgan. It's fine. I can manage them in my life. I can deal with them. It's okay. But that's the poison talking that has been nibbling through your brilliant brain, making it a little bit less brilliant when it comes to them. Your sight is foggy when it comes to them. And the big danger about this is that you don't know that your sight is foggy because you're so used to have clear sight. The moon. This reading shows that Spirit is going to vividly show you what your chosen behavior has manifested, what your choices have manifested with just a lot of confusion. Seven of Cups, the moon, a lot of confusion, a lot of watery, murky energy. Don't pause the video and leave. Don't move to another video of someone telling you that you're amazing and perfect. It's not what you're here for, because then the situation will remain. You won't know what to do to change it. I'm trying to tell you what to do to change it. An existential shift. I've chosen the name of my channel very carefully. It means something. An existential shift is not always easy. I see someone feeling very lonely. like they're walking a very long journey on their own, and they look up to the moon for illumination, for guidance, for friendship. But the light coming from the moon is a rouge. It's actually the light bouncing back from the sun, which is in the other direction of where she's looking at. Show me more, please, for Scorpio. Nine of Swords. Very difficult emotional state coming through. If there is someone in your life that you are concerned about their well-being, about their mood, about their um, check in on them. I also see someone suffering from grave depression. Um, if someone makes jokes about dying or you know, the possible serenity of death, shit like that, don't let don't dismiss it as humor. Someone is going through something very, very, very difficult, like an emotional turmoil. I see them caught up in a loop of many, many things. There are so many things that are happening at once or have happened at once, something like that. Show me more, please, for Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Tarot. Show me more, please, for Scorpio seekers. Scorpio placements, Scorpio archetype. Nine of coins right after the Nine of Swords. And right after the moon, which is 18. So 999. There's a cycle being completed. It will be completed whether, regardless of wants and desires and even choices. And the other side of the coin of it, if it's dealt with acceptance, is very abundant and very fruitful. Like I see a complete turn of events, like a full 180. You have the power to shift the situation, to transmute the confusion and the pain into incredible levels of abundance and manifestation of positivity and success. Turn your gaze away from the moon and into the sun. That's what I'm picking up on. There's that famous Juliet quote from Romeo and Juliet, where Romeo tries to swear his love to her by the moon, and she says, "Swear not by the moon, because the moon is fickle and changes, grows and littles." It's hard for a lot of you to hear because the moon is considered, intuition, divine feminine, light in the darkness. It's a strong archetype in the spiritual community. I love all that. But here it's playing out as something that only keeps you circling in the confusion and in the pain and in the solitude, because it gives you the illusion of as if there's something there for you, guiding you, helping you, loving you. The moon is there for me. I can be this, I can be that. I always have the moon. But the moon is not really there for you. Not in this case. In this case, I see that you need to turn your gaze and look at the sun. Turn your gaze from anything that has been keeping you lonely and confused and has had the illusion of light. And you need to turn your gaze into something in your life that actually gives you light, that is actually fruitful and nourishing. Eight of Pentacles. We have Nine of Pentacles now. Now we have Eight of Pentacles. You're so tired from working so hard. It feels like no matter how hard you work, everyone else is having fun and sticking together, and you're just like bleeding in the work. You want to just drop the coins, drop the burden, and spread your wings and fly. Those of you who work really, really hard just to have someone else reap the benefits and reward and even credit, do not keep giving to them information, work. Close that tab. I see you pouring water on someone who takes advantage and use it for their own gain, and they gaslight you. Well, you're supposed to do that for me, Scorpio. That's your job. Okay, what's your job? Are you doing anything for me? Recently, I started drinking a lot more water, which is good. But it's like when I started getting my body used to drinking more water, it was like, yes, thank you. And now I can't stop drinking water. It seems like the more I drink water, the more I need to drink water. Maybe I'm like catching up on lost fluids over the years. Maybe you should also drink more water. You're a water sign. You need water and you need earth. And I see you focusing on the earth because you have a lot of water in your life. Emotions, but they're not healthy emotions. So maybe you have people in your life that are overly emotional, demanding. Maybe you're used to emotion from people being dramatic and exhausting. So it makes you not want to deal with other people's emotions, even if they're balanced, even if they're legitimate, because you associate at this point, because you're exhausted from overly emotional people, or imbalanced, emotionally imbalanced people. So you project that exhaustion onto other people who just show you balanced, just emotion. Be careful of that. It's not, you can drink a lot of dirty water. It's not, you can drink a lot of soda. You can, there's all kinds of liquids you can drink that you tell yourself is water, and then you don't drink water. But you got to drink clean water, hydrating water. It's like a lot of you are drinking dirty water. It's an analogy, like you have emotions all around you, but they're like over the top and exhausting and illegitimate and demanding and succubus like. Who's the succubus that I'm tapping into in Scorpio's life? Who's draining their energy and making them not as amazing as they are to other people? Nine of Cups. Huh. Usually Nine of Cups is a very good card, but I asked a very specific question, like who's the succubus? Hmm. Give me more. Give me more and more and more. It's not enough. Oh, you gave me this. That's not enough. I want more. I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that. It's not enough, Scorpio. Work harder. Give me more. Fuck them. And Nine of Cups has a wish fulfillment aspect. So maybe it's someone that you wished for a long time, or you thought, okay, maybe they have the perception of what you always wanted, like the checklist, but actually being around them doesn't feel amazing. Like you're like, I'm supposed to be happy. They are everything I ever wanted. Why am I not happy? Because it's just the surface level of what you want. Maybe it's a show that they're putting on. A lot of people wear a mask and, give others what they think they want to see, when underneath there's something completely different that isn't necessarily good for you. And because what they show and their surface level is so accurate to what you always thought you wanted, it 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 confuses you. You're like, what is wrong with me? There must be something wrong with me if the thing that I always wanted isn't making me happy. It's not them, they are perfect. What is wrong with me? Suddenly, this Eight of Pentacles also comes out to me, speaks out to me as like another person in your life. So, surface level, it's like not your type kind of thing, like not who you thought you want to have or you want to be with or something along those lines. But in this card, they're literally bleeding for you. Look not with the eyes. And I'm not referring to the looks, you know. This is not about don't choose pretty over ugly because it's superficial. It's not about that. It's like the eye, I'm referring to it as like don't look surface level. It could be behavior, it could be things that someone says and does that you think you want, but then again, it doesn't make you happy. It's almost like maybe they say the right things, but they do the opposite. Maybe they say everything you want to hear, but they behave in the complete opposite way. You're being very confused by someone, dragged down almost. This devil here is like, ugh. And the moon, and Seven of Cups, and Nine of Swords, it has a grip on you. Now, for those of you that it doesn't apply romance-wise, maybe it's a work thing. Apply it to wherever you see fit, if you see fit. If not, and this reading is maybe not your reading, it's fine. It's okay. Always feel free to watch your other placements, Um, and this is karmic. There are a lot of nines here. And the devil. This is the situation that is dragging you down. Oh my God, 36 minutes? Wow, sorry, I didn't notice it was so long. Let's wrap this up. Wrap this up. Show me what else do I need to see for Scorpio? The Empress. This is the sun that you want to turn your gaze to, right? Shining behind, rising, shining behind the Empress. This is someone that has alignment between what they say and who they are, right? There's this authenticity. It already they're already full, so they don't need to take, and they have connection to source from which they receive energy. So they don't need to latch on yours or onto anyone else's. Anything else about this Empress, please, for Scorpio? King of Coins and the turtle, which also is a symbol of, a home like the Empress. Of loyalty, of genuine companionship, friendship. So there's something here for you, Scorpio. And the king of, oh my God, my hair. Sorry, I was at the beach and I'm like, I'm a mess. I apologize. Um, okay, what? The King of Pentacles, like the Devil, is both Capricorn archetype. This is the shadow and this is the light. Okay, this is the Cap archetype, and don't focus on the signs. Okay, it doesn't have to be that sign. This is someone that brings out that archetype of the Capricorn energy, which is being in control of your life, but from a place that is benevolent and healthy, as opposed to from a place that is coming from fear and the need to control people. So it's almost like um, being in a place that is looking to control people from a place of fear and lack of energy was a result of having someone constantly draining your life force and energy. As soon as you cut this out, cut the head of the snake, right? And connect with individuals, or if it's a specific individual that is nourishing you in return, as opposed to taking and taking and taking from you, that's where you get to practice that strong leadership skills that you have, right? That strength of character, that follow me kind of energy, but from a place that is full, from a place that is loving, from a place that is trusting, that is inspiring. Beautiful. 7 days free trial over on Patreon. Link is below. It's temporary. I'm about to close that option soon. Over there's Tarot Masterclass. I teach how to read tarot and be a tarotchi. Karmic shift and liberation. Daily rune messages. It's all below. Thank you for your support and for being here. I love you. Stay magic. Stay true.